Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today, we are talking about a very important and serious topic, the recent attacks on Iran's nuclear sites. Iran's deputy foreign minister told NBC News that the damage is serious. But what does this really mean? How bad is the damage? What will happen to Iran now? How is the world reacting? And what could happen next? Recently, the United States and Israel launched powerful airstrikes on Iran's main nuclear facilities. The main sites hit were Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. These are some of the most important places for Iran's nuclear program. The attacks used very large bombs, including bunker-buster bombs, which are designed to destroy underground targets. Iran's deputy foreign minister and other officials confirmed that the damage is serious. Satellite images show large craters and destroyed buildings at these sites. The International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, also said there is extensive damage at several nuclear sites, including places where Iran enriches uranium. Fordow, this site is deep inside a mountain. The bombs made big holes in the mountain and likely destroyed the underground halls where Iran kept its centrifuges, machines that enrich uranium. Natanz, this is Iran's largest enrichment site. The attacks destroyed the electrical systems and many of the centrifuges. Without electricity, the machines cannot work. Isfahan, this site was already damaged by earlier Israeli strikes. The latest attacks destroyed more of the buildings and entrances to underground storage areas. Experts say that the attacks destroyed not just the machines, but also the important parts needed to make nuclear fuel. Some reports say that Iran may have moved some of its enriched uranium before the attacks, but much of the equipment was still destroyed. The Pentagon and CIA say that Iran's nuclear program has been set back by up to 2 years. This means Iran will need a long time to rebuild the sites and replace the destroyed equipment. Some intelligence reports say the damage might only delay Iran by a few months, but most experts agree that the strikes were a big blow to Iran's nuclear ambitions. The attacks also killed some important scientists and military leaders who were working on the nuclear program. Iran now faces more pressure from the world. Its enemies see it as weaker, and its friends are worried about more conflict. Iran's leaders are angry and have promised to respond. Here's what they have said and what they might do. Iran's foreign minister said the attacks will have everlasting consequences, and that Iran will use all options to defend itself. Iran has already fired missiles at Israel and is considering more actions. Even though Iran is angry, its deputy foreign minister told NBC News that Iran is still open to talks, but only if the US promises not to use military force during negotiations. Iran says it will rebuild its nuclear sites. Some officials claim repairs can be done quickly, but most experts say it will take years to fully recover. Some Iranian leaders, like Ayatollah Khamenei, try to downplay the damage and show that Iran is still strong. But other officials admit the damage is very serious. But the Pentagon says it will take Iran up to 2 years to restore its nuclear capabilities. Some intelligence reports say it could be less, maybe a few months, if Iran has hidden equipment and uranium elsewhere. Iranian officials sometimes say repairs will be quick, but most international experts do not agree. What steps should Iran take now? Iran will need to rebuild the destroyed sites, buy or make new centrifuges, and restore electricity and other systems. This will take a lot of time and money. Iran may try to make its nuclear sites even harder to attack, for example by building them deeper underground or spreading them out to more locations. Iran could try to restart talks with the US and other countries to get sanctions lifted and avoid more attacks. Iran's leaders have promised to respond to the attacks. This could mean more missile strikes or cyber attacks against Israel, the US, or their allies. Many countries, including China, Saudi Arabia, Oman, and Pakistan, condemned the US and Israeli attacks. They say the strikes broke international law and could make the Middle East even more dangerous. The United Nations called for calm and said that military action is not the answer. They want all sides to return to diplomacy and avoid a bigger war. Israel praised the US for the strikes, saying it was necessary to stop Iran from getting nuclear weapons. European countries like France and Germany are worried about more fighting. They want everyone to stop and talk instead of fighting. Some countries, like Bahrain, have told their people to stay home and avoid travel because of the risk of more attacks. The New York Times, BBC, and Reuters report that the attacks have made the world more tense and that there is a real risk of a bigger war in the Middle East. Experts at the Carnegie Endowment say that while Iran's nuclear program is badly damaged, Iran still has the knowledge and some materials to rebuild, but it will take a long time. Military analysts say that the attacks were a big success for the US and Israel, but they also warn that Iran could still find ways to continue its nuclear work in secret. What could happen next? Iran may try to hit back at the US or Israel, which could lead to more fighting. There is still hope that all sides will return to the negotiating table to find a peaceful solution. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on the world's biggest stories.